We're back, people.
We are back. And yes, just before the break, we touched on Nintendo planning on suing the US government over tariffs. They lost some money out. They lost money when the tariffs dropped because it was just around the time of the Nintendo 2 pre-sales. And people were panicking and worried about the extra cost. So Nintendo lost out and they're suing for that money. Now, whether they're going to pass on those savings to those who did pre-order at the inflated rate, I don't know.
By the way, did we see the entire clip that you showed us before?
Yeah, everything that needed to be told. Yeah, the rest of it was just a joke about not losing the Nintendo making a lot of money on the lawsuit and not turning it over to those who pre-ordered.
Here's the thing, I really on the one hand, I respect a company knows how to use their lawyers, and because if I was with them, let's just say, I had a game with them and they wanted to protect the IP and it was benefiting, I'd be like, oh wow, you want a lawyer that could just go for it. But no, man, they're not gonna, Nintendo, go for it. I'll shut up. I'll see what happens. I just got a feeling that they're just gonna get.
Either this is going to be a big thing or it's not. But I think that once a big company does this, it opens the floodgates. It's like we talked about a while ago. Brazil was putting a foot down and fighting Nintendo on their use of game cartridges. Like they're fighting for consumer rights. And once they did that, it opens up other countries to begin litigation. Someone's got to be the first. And breaking new ground is always difficult. So whether Nintendo succeeds, I don't think so. I mean, they've got, if anyone's going to do it, Nintendo's lawyers are the ones with the chops. I mean, they could take down websites. They're attacking other companies because they made a game. I mean, their Pal World thing was awful. Suing Pal World was terrible. But they are the kind of crazy psychos to do it.
Yeah.
Put them on a viable target. Put them to work fighting the good fight.
Go for it. I mean, here's the thing. It's funny that I never thought about it that way. A country can sue a game company, but a game company suing a country. I mean, a government, that is to say. Maybe they'll be the first. This will be. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, let's watch and see. Let's watch how it develops. Keep an eye on it because, again, I think it's going to be a non-starter. But if you could make God bleed, you would prove him not to be God. Once people smell blood in the water, the sharks come. So, or they don't need to win. They only need to make it difficult. And if they do, others will follow.
Right. That's what I think. I don't think it's going to work. But yeah, therefore, if it happens, if you make God bleed, indeed, that is a very good quote. Let's see. You know what? I'm actually going to be fair and say, I want to see what happens, honestly. I honestly think
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. Okay. Right, finishing off the indie showcase. There we go. We were just watching the mini shoot. I think that's cute. I'm absolutely going to wish list that and keep an eye on it.
2 and Nintendo Switch systems later today.
Ooh, I got Shadow Drop. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really do. That's good. I really want to play this.
Is it ugly and cruel? Is it a place for monstrosities? For fools lost in the woods? A terrible void where all your nightmares come true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the way you got to it. Yeah. Oh my God.
I've had my eye on this for a while. This isn't the first time we've seen it. It's been out for, people have been showing this off for a while now because all the character models, all the environments, the whole thing is stop motion. Like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
This feels like absolutely, this is Nightmare Before Christmas has grown up, and gone real dark. But I'm not sure if this is I thought this was a VR game at first, but it's not. If it's coming out for the Switch 2, then I don't think it's a VR game. But yeah, just a regular game. I am really, really excited to play this, but I am not doing it in the dark. No way am I doing this alone in the dark. No, I'm turning all the lights on. I am turning on the ring light. I am maybe put my buddy on the video chat while I'm playing. But it looks so good. The art style is
rich.
It's so beautiful, rich. The idea of these creatures warp and malform and misshape in the dark. So you are a little lamp pot. So if you get close to them, you light up the area and you make them weaker. You make them vulnerable, which is, I think, that's the primary loop. I heard it from another source, and even in the trailer, you saw, the kid, the winter wind came and put you out.
Very good.
And then you had to use a match to stay a flame.
Wow, this is like is it being a scared of the dark kind of game? Like
yeah, kind of. Yeah. There he goes out and you have to keep the flame alight. And now I don't know if that's the primary loop, that you have to get closer to the enemy so that they're affected by your light and become vulnerable. Kind of like Pragmata, where you have to do a little mini game to make the enemies vulnerable, but while doing the video game, you yourself are vulnerable. It's an interesting loop, but just look at that art. That is, oh man, that is a Nightmare Before Christmas fever dream if I've ever saw one. And I love stop motion. It is one of my favorite forms of animation. I respect it so much because it takes time and it's so much work to make any of it. Just like slow process.
And go on. There's a
just
movie,
so good. It just looks so good.
There's a movie with what's it? Matthew Broderick. He's a voice actor, and it's like stop motion, but it's 3D, but it's animated like stop motion. A bit like Flushed Away. Remember that?
Oh. Yeah, that was a pretty good movie. It was a nice little take on British culture, I'll say.
Yeah, bloody hell, mate. So I want to check it out. And what I'm really impressed about these days, one theme I'm seeing is that games have changed so much that the gameplay footage doesn't need to have that. Well, a lot of it doesn't need to have that. This is not actual gameplay. You know that disclaimer. That they put?
Yeah. I mean, not actual gameplay.
So most of the games, what we're looking at here. I mean, I guess this is quite a difference between the Let's Play, the State of Play, is that most of the games that you see on the Switch or the Nintendo stuff, it's actually gameplay footage all the way through.
Yes. Yeah, okay. That's quite good. But then these are smaller companies. They've got to impress. And they're, bringing out a pre-made asset, just a 3D cutscene, is it representative of the game? You got to give us gameplay. Gameplay is what really sells your game because you're showing us what we're actually going to be playing. So it's a smart move to lean into the gameplay footage.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm getting it. Midnight War.
Yeah, I think this is soon.
I've been soon as hell, baby.
Yeah, nice.
Hi, I'm Bryce.
And I'm Jambel, and we're devs on the team making Rotwood here at Clay Entertainment in Vancouver, Canada.
Yes!
We grew up playing games shoulder to shoulder
This is
with
one of the games I played on the next
Inspired by the moment-to-moment
Rotwood.
strategy of fighting games and the big bosses of RPGs, Rotwood was developed to recapture the spirit of those good times.
We wanted progress to feel like it comes not just from new gear, but from you, the player, actually improving. So that each hunt you learn something new that inspires ideas for your next run.
Yeah, it's a
We poured
roguelike.
ourselves into Rotwood, and we hope you enjoy it.
Chaos rules!
And big old corrupted beasts drool in.
Rotwood, a brand new side-scrolling brawler from the studio behind the Don't Starve series.
Roguelike.
Your home's been overrun by some
Roguelike
hyped
brawler.
up hostiles. So it's time to take up arms and dive into the fray.
That's hideous.
Master a diverse combat system that rewards those who sharpen their skills. Want to get up close and crush some enemies?
Wow.
Wield a hammer.
Gross.
Want to be a
That
deadeye
tree
that
would be the
snipes
freak-
baddies
the
from
bullies,
afar?
man.
Take aim with a bow.
Practice and perfect combo attacks for each weapon type to reach your destructive
That's beautiful,
potential.
those skin.
Experiment with gear combos to refine your build. Earn epic loot through victories. Then use it to face ever-increasing
Wow,
challenges.
man. Imagine
And you'll
Golden Axe
need
illustrated
all the
like
help
this.
you can get.
Oh, man,
Boss fights are
absolutely.
not just a test of strength, but of wits. Study attack patterns carefully to find their
Please don't throw that
weakness,
tree, I'm
and
big.
use well-placed strength to hit them where it hurts.
A little
That's what I
extra
say,
muscle
I
always
call
helps too.
myself.
Grab up to 3 of your friends either locally or online and face the rots together.
Choose your weapon and get ready to take on the frenzied foes of Rotwood, hacking and slashing its way onto the Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
of course,
2
it's called
system
Rotwood.
as a
And
console
it's rotten.
exclusive later today.
Anyway, but yeah. that is
Oh,
fantastic.
console
Oh,
exclusive. Rotwood. I thought Rotwood was dropping on the PC already. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, it's console exclusive later today. Shadow drop, nice. It's a great game. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's like those classic TMNT, Turtles Through Time, Streets of Rage. That premise, but it's roguelite as well. So each run, you can change up your weapon, you can change up your boosts and abilities, and when you die, you go back to the beginning, bring all the stuff you've collected, and upgrade yourself. It's a nice loop, but it's a solid, it's a solid visual game. It's very, very kind of what's the term, like pop-up storybook. When you look at it, you got the characters. They've got great little animated motions to them. You move up and down, and each little section is incidents where you have combat. They're detailed and engaging. It's a good game. It's definitely a good game. I think I was a little bit spoilt with later games though, because Absalom is similar to this. That's another game that I did a demo of, and then immediately went out and bought it. I played the demo. The moment it dropped, bam, I picked up Absalom. Rotwood, I can hold back on. I might wait for its sale, because Absalom's similar, but far more engaging, I think. This one, though, coming out for Switch, feels way more Switch-like. Having 4 players with this cutesy aesthetic, and they've got the great rollback netcode, so that you can play multiplayer effectively. Yeah, this feels right at home on the Switch.
It's beautiful. And thanks so much for covering this game and with your next place.
Yeah.
Next, festival.
I was glad to play it. It was a fun game. I say definitely one of the better ones that next fest. It's just a shame that other games have since come out that have superannuated on it. Superannuation is the term where something comes out and completely replaces it by doing it better. Like it's a better version of this. It's a better side-scrolling beat 'em up roguelike against this side-scrolling beat 'em up roguelike. So shame.
Did you do that? You say it overshadows what we have right here. I mean,
Well, that's why making a good game is not just about polishing it to a shiny sheen. You've got to have a good primary gameplay loop. You've got to offer them maybe something that is a bit different. You've got to have to get a new spin on it, a new take on it. And sometimes that means that you come up with a combination that doesn't work, and sometimes you come up with something so crazy that it can't help but be a success. We've seen a lot of card games from coming back, card game style RPGs, card play style horror games. I didn't think that would ever be a thing, but it's done well, and it's a clever loop, and it's doing something that others aren't. Right. So if you're going to be the best in a field of many others, you've got to either bring something new to the table or do it so well that you're the benchmark. And Rotwood doesn't do either. It does stuff very well, and it has a fresh color, a fresh art style, but it doesn't bring anything to the table that you can't find elsewhere, and maybe better.
That's the thing about games. There's always and technology. Just well, there's always like an out. There's always because sorry, I'm stammering here. Because you have so many people who are trying to outdo you, due to the nature of competition as games are. You have people bringing out contenders to your title as you're releasing it. So it's like you better be leagues ahead, or at least particularly special enough as to preserve your spot in the ever expanding marketplace.
Absolutely. So that's very, very true. I say they play the game of capitalism. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Sometimes you lose, yeah.
But I say no knock against it. Please don't take this as a damnation or condemnation of the game. It's a great game, and if you like this style of game, absolutely belongs in your backlog.
Right, mate, fantastic. Oh, retro. And the Tokyo Game Show. Did you get that USB? That was like a cassette tape shape.
No. What is this?
Most of the time, I'm wondering if I'm doing what I'm supposed to.
Oh, I know this.
To have the optimal teenage experience.
The teenage experience is unobtainable.
Yeah, it looks like stop motion, which is very nice.
Yeah, it's a stop motion. It's a kind of pixelated cell shade.
For every moment. What song would be playing now?
Yes, of course.
I don't think it's been written yet.
But it absolutely looks that way. It gives itself that, lends itself to that. Mixtape. Yeah. We saw a demo. We saw a trailer of this before. I think it was before it was last year. It was before the Game Awards. But it's a kind of a contemplative end of the life. You play a character, one of three who are graduating high school. And they're all going to different places. So this is like their last summer together. It's their last hurrah. They're making memories. I'm not sure what the gameplay loop is.
Yeah.
But
it looks like you're kind of dodging things. It's like like those games where you are kind of falling and you have to avoid what you're going to collide with.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be a series of short vignettes where the gameplay is just kind of getting to the bottom of the hill or getting to the next location while avoiding stuff. Driving a car. But then it's like,
to have the optimal teenage experience.
This looks like in-game, like you're actually TPing the house. I think it's a bunch of mini games. It's just like a series of mini games around youthful experiences.
It looks like it looks like a Netflix show.
It does. It absolutely does. That could be a game, or that could be a dream sequence.
Exactly.
The game and the in-game videos and the gameplay look so perfect, which is like you were saying before. We've reached a point in technological development where in-game videos and in-game action are almost seamless for a lot of games. The videos look like gameplay. The gameplay looks like the videos, which makes it a whole experience. You drawn in and watching and engaging with the whole thing.
It ramps up value as well by looking at it and saying that, I'm gonna get that right.
Yeah, like here, they're moving forward. You might be right. It might just be like an on-the-rail shooter style thing, but it's a series of them.
Because you know the perfect song for every moment.
It's a pure dream.
What song would be playing
now? I thought you have to dodge something.
I don't think it's been written yet.
No, maybe. Honestly, I'd like to see more. I think that it's one to look out for.
It's the kind of game that I promise I probably dream and dream exactly that experience. Oh my gosh, I just dreamed.
I knew I loved you before I met you. I think I dreamed you.
Time to shine the spotlight on this brand new action RPG.
Ooh, action
the makers
RPG.
of Guacamelee and Nobody Saves the World.
In Blighted, the evil Sorcistos consumed your village and infected the world with a deadly blight.
You are the lone survivor of Sorcistos' rampage, fighting to reclaim the memories of your people before you succumb.
But that same power can also be turned to your advantage. As you progress through this psychedelic western landscape, you'll accumulate blight by defeating enemies. The higher your blight, the fiercer enemies become, making combat harder, but also more rewarding.
Combat is nuanced and deadly for players of any level. Carefully time your attacks to weave through enemies, chain together combos, and perform powerful finishers to defeat punishing bosses.
Uncover dark mysteries as you explore this surreal and vibrant world, backed by a haunting original score.
Upgrade your hero at checkpoints, or by talking to key characters on your journey. And if you need a helping hand, a friend can drop in via local or online multiplayer for some two-player co-op action.
Unbelievable.
Harness the power of Blight and unravel the mysteries of a twisted world in Blighted, creeping its way
where comic book illustrations are animated. You know, I mean, like, that is
so happy.
That could just be one, even froze frame that looked like a great is like a cell for us.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and like, game... it's moving, it's alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's wow.
I like the idea of the interactive difficulty, because they mentioned that the blight is this infection that's turning the world into like or not Orwellian horror, an eldritch abomination. It's all visceral and sticky. But you survived and you're able to absorb the blight to gain strength. But the more blight you have, the stronger your opponents are too. So when you go to fight an enemy, you could be crazy weak, but so is the opponent, which means it's a skill check. If you're crazy powerful, they're going to be crazy powerful, which means that you can't overpower these enemies. You have to outplay them. You have to think about how to play this game. And be careful, because the more enemies you kill, the stronger you become, which means the stronger they become. And then you'll have to offset that power into like buffs, permanent buffs, or to use as a currency maybe. I'm not sure. But I like that. I like that interactive, like player controllable difficulty. Like game difficulty's always been like a prickly topic. Like, do you have a set choice at the beginning, or do you have an interactive, like the game gets more difficult the better you play? Difficult to do, effective, you know. But having the game just explain, yo, the tougher you are, the tougher your opponents are going to be, and then making it the player choice. Like you could choose to make yourself weaker to offset all this blight, and then the bosses are going to be weaker. They're going to have less abilities. Or you can go into it, bam, 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 doing crazy damage, and so is the boss.
That you know, it makes me feel like It makes me think of Dragon Ball. You know this. I mean, the other thing. It's funny. Every villain. Well, I guess it's true with all comics. Every villain that comes by is almost like the perfect level of difficulty, just enough for the hero at this point of their story. So, in other words, if Majin Buu came to fight a Kid Goku, the story's over.
Yeah.
There's no way Kid Goku's gonna defeat it, I think. So, but he met Piccolo, then he met King Piccolo. I mean, well, he met different tiers. Well, you know, the Red Ribbon Army and what have you. And it was always the perfect stage for his level of difficulty.
Growth. They were always the perfect. They were always outside of most villains appear. They're outside of the hero's ability. The hero has to rank up. They have to train. They have to put in the work to get good enough to fight them. But then the next enemy is like a whole new tier above.
Yes.
It's actually funny, because that's in keeping with what Vision said in the Marvel movie Civil War. One of the most poignant moments of that film was that all the heroes in a room discussing the law that regulates superheroes. And where that's when the fractures start appearing. Some are pro, some are against, and they're debating the reality of the law, the legality, the morality of it. And Vision says, our power invites challenge. Challenge invites competition. Competition creates catastrophe. He says something to that effect. He says, like, the stronger we become, our power, our strength invites competitors.
Isn't it? This is the way
and it's often true of like good anime story arcs. When you beat the enemy, it puts you on the radar of the bigger fish. Once you become the big fish in your pond, you move up to a bigger pond, and it draws the attention of bigger fish. You take down those big fish, it sends ripples out that attracts the attention of sharks. So
Which, yeah.
there's always someone bigger. There's always someone bigger and better out there. So you're never going to be the best, which is why One Punch Man is such a funny show, because it's giving a superhero end game power right at the beginning. And how boring is that? Just one punch, take out all opponents. There's no challenge to it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's what the reason why I like Goku a bit more than Superman. Well, and enough to be fair, so I haven't really gone down Superman's lore that much, but Son Goku, this is a guy who got better through training. Whereas the idea of Superman, he's as strong as he needs to be. I think that's how it works.
Yes, yeah. The Superman archive said that Superman's story is, at its core, is not about overcoming great opponents. He does, and he has great challenges, and he actually has to improve throughout his tenure. But the impetus of his story, the core of his character, is the choice to act or not. He's a god-made flesh.
Yeah,
he has beyond reality warping abilities. He can do anything he sets his mind to within reason. But should he? Does he live as a man, or does he live as a god?
What's the point? It's a bit like even the mask, to be honest. The original mask, you can't be defeated apparently unless you takes off the mask. That's the only way to do. So, that's like it kind of. There's not much of a. I can't really empathize with a character like that too much. So that's why I can relate more with Goku in the idea that you can improve. Which is, again, one thing about Dragon Ball. Last thing I'll say, sorry, I'm drinking up the time. Is when you have like characters like Trunks getting from the future. I mean, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, just imagine I'm not spoiling anything. Trunks coming from the future, taking on Frieza, and just being and complete outclassing him. It makes you think of with war. I mean, if time travel kicks off in the future, or unless I'm in some sort of a paradigm, I'm in some sort of form of the Matrix that has a narrative already set already. Why doesn't somebody come from the future and just take on let's say, geopolitics? You have different tiers of armies who fight each other, and you're like, it's interesting how your weaponry is at a certain tier, or at least what you're showing to us. Yeah. And if you got somebody from the future to come in, it'd be like, okay, I'm going to settle this. But at the moment, it's like like you said, with the way it works is that somebody gets strong, somebody sees them, and then either they get stronger and join you, or they're strong already and they bring out their artillery. But it's never. Well, I don't know. Again, this is how the history is written. The narrative of war is written from the perspective of the winners, and it is written in a very would-be fair, I don't know if it's fair fight, but in a digestible way. Let's at least say for us who follow narratives. But when it comes to games or what have you, lore in the game world, like Blighted in this case, your level is just right for you to grow from the experience. So, oh my gosh, I've increased my strength, and I've decided to fight at a higher tier, and the opponent decided that they want to ramp up their powers too. Where'd you get that power from? Oh, because you're strong. I said, what? Wait. If you're strong with this? No, yeah, it's like
it does block any attempt at someone like me who's a power grinder, who's power leveler. I like to overly level myself in an RPG so that when I go to the boss, I just curb stomp them and then move on to the next area and then overly level. So I beat all the enemies and my characters are fully decked out. Games like this are a real challenge for me because I can't. The stronger I get, the stronger the opponent gets. It's a skill check rather than a power check. So, it works out. But moving along.
This fall.
Hi, I'm Justin from Prophecy Games in Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, I'm Jess.
And I'm Scott. We love the feeling of progression you get in roguelikes.
Another roguelike.
We were inspired to create an FPS roguelike in our favorite genre, sci-fi.
Sci-fi lets us imagine futures just out of reach, and in Deadzone Rogue, everyone pulls you deeper into that world, starting when you awaken on a mysterious ship.
We've worked hard to craft rich, immersive atmospheres, unique enemies, and snappy gunplay that leaves a lasting impact.
We hope you enjoy playing Deadzone Rogue as much as we do.
A spaceship overrun with biomechanical creatures, an arsenal of modifiable weapons, and a mysterious origin to uncover. That's what awaits in Deadzone Rogue, a new sci-fi shooter that combines tight, satisfying gunplay with strategic progression.
Select missions and squad up with friends, or fight solo through a series of challenging rooms with support for mouse controls using the Joy-Con 2 controllers.
Gain perks and permanent upgrades by defeating enemies and bosses in high-intensity loops.
With hundreds of builds and a variety of foes, each run feels epic and unique.
All of this is backed by a rip-roaring original soundtrack. Fight,
revive, adapt, repeat in Deadzone Rogue.
Yeah, I got really excited then, and it's not nearly as impressive as I thought it would be. So, good idea. Roguelike's good. Roguelike first-person shooters, yeah, that's pretty good. Obviously, you go out, you fight a bunch of enemies, you come back, you get permanent boosts that allows you to fight further. But at the beginning, they said they crafted worlds, and I thought, that each run was going to be like a different environment, a different story, a different kind of sci-fi tale. No, it's the same. It's the same place. You just have to do different builds. I was like, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I guess that's good too. It's like someone says, hey, I've got this cooked you an amazing meal, potatoes and chicken, and you're like, oh wow, a full roast dinner, roast chicken, roast potatoes, yeah! And then you come home and it's like Kentucky, and you're like, yeah, I mean, I like Kentucky. Yeah, I thought you were going in a different direction. I made myself sad. Which is it, really. So this looks good, and good game, good shooting, good environment. One of the games I played on like this Cropper Next Fest, the last game I played was similar to this. It was a third-person shooting kind of combat game, but you have these little areas you go to, you kill a bunch of demons in them, and you get boosts, and you get that satisfying loop. You know, you go out and you get to play, and it works out. So yeah, pretty good. Right, anything you want to say?
I can't comment too much on this. Yeah, I wish I knew more about it. I thankfully with you, you've lighted my eyes to a variety of titles that I haven't really explored before. I better not say anything until I want to familiarize myself with Rogue more.
Yeah, maybe it'll be good. I'll see later on. Right, we're just gonna shotgun the last one because the last few are short, so we'll just go through all of them in one go and last final thoughts.
Emerging from the void on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Yeah, I don't know why. Sorry, I got myself all excited for nothing.
Before we go, let's check out some more exciting indie games heading to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
Farming game, isometric, nice artwork.
Yeah, pixel art, right?
Oh, this is all people you can date. Great. Ooh. Unreal 2, back on track. Oh, like you build a train track? Oh, that's clever. You've got to carve out the environment and stop traps. Oh, I like the artwork. Very, very 2D. Oh, and it's 3D. That's clever.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got British style comedy. Conveni! Oh, you have to organize the store. I gotta say, that's cute.
Yeah, they give it if you get a bit more.
Absolutely. Outbound. Resource gathering, build your own deck. Oh, and a share. Living that van life. Ratatan! Yeah! Oh, that's fun. That's a nice rhythm game. Bum, 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 bum. Gotta hit it in rhythm.
That's all for today.
Right, that's all for today. But for the final video, let's have a look. Ooh.
Welcome to Mount Holly, the mysterious manor with locked doors and 45 shifting rooms.
In Blueprints, you embark on a first-person, genre-bending journey filled with a unique mix of mystery, strategy, and puzzles that weave together to create an unpredictable experience.
The mansion resets every day, and every doorway becomes a choice. So, manage your resources carefully to further your discoveries and get closer to finding the fabled Room 46.
Use mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controller to probe and poke at the manor's secrets, unraveling mysteries by discovering letters, diaries, and other revealing materials.
Take notes and draft your own adventure in Blueprints, available on the Nintendo Switch 2 system later today.
That got a lot of attention. That was a up for Game of Year award. That was a Game of Year nomination. Didn't win, but I did a little bit of digging, and this looks really, really good. The idea that you have a set amount of time, you can go a certain amount of distance, and then you have to rest. And each time you rest, the mana shifts. So sometimes you'll have a day where you don't find much. Others you'll find some clues, but those clues will lead you to a door, and you're like, is that door relevant? Yes, it is. The next story beat occurs. I think it's a really interesting premise, but I can imagine it getting frustrating when you don't find the door that you're looking for.
And then it's going to move. You know, it's funny. It's like Hogwarts when the staircases change and what have you. And I guess the room of requirement. This all of a sudden, it's like being in the room of requirement. And then I love the Shenmue element of taking detective notes of what's going on. That's something that drove me in. That's one thing I love about Shenmue is that you have notes and then you have to go and try and figure out. But when you're going chasing a moving target, that's like, what the hell now? My notes are now void. No,
I think the moving of the doors kind of lends itself to lulls in the action and then peaks when you find something, and then you've got to understand how these things mix together. Like one room could be someone's office, and then in the office you find a hint, and then you've got to find that person's bedroom. Because it showed you, we're looking at the closet and there's a key. And you're like, oh yeah, he kept his key in the closet. He mentions that in his office. That key opens up another door to a vault, which gives you the clue to the next thing. And it piecemeal, slowly reveals itself. Right. But is the juice worth the squeeze?
That's the thing. Okay, I think I want to see someone play it. You, maybe? I don't know.
That's definitely a game I'd be interested in, but it's quite slow, and I'd probably pick it up on PC, to be fair.
All right, thoughts. Okay, Nintendo Switch 2 situation. Till now, I mean, the indie people, you gotta really give a shout out to them because they are really trying their best to sell the Switch 2 at the moment. When it comes to Nintendo just holding back I mean, hey, they got, the Donkey Kong, what have you. I mean, when it comes to the Switch 1, naturally they went all around it. That was their Wii. Switch 2, what we're dealing with is the Wii U of the Switch series family. And I guess they're trying to reach out to other publishers. I mean, that's the thing that the Switch got right is that with the Wii, they kind of drove away. They actually deliberately drove away third parties. And then they said, all right, can you come back? And they're like, man, no. When the Switch came out, they said, okay, fine. Everybody just come in and make a good old-fashioned game. Nothing, you don't have to use the motion controls, what have you. And then now the Switch 2 is out, and the whole, it's very weird what happened with the whole narrative of it's too expensive, lower the price thing. It just derailed the whole appeal and beat it straight right off the bat. And not to mention, it looked like Miley was Stacy with a new hat. It's the same thing. So where we are now is with the indie developers trying to give you a good reason to buy it. Naturally, they just want to be on the latest console with their latest release. But,
absolutely. Yeah. And
I
say it's a good selling point. Having all these different third parties come out and go, we've got classic, famous games and new games all coming out. There's a lot there. And you'll notice a lot of it was all for the Switch 2. So it's a good advert. Good video. Thank you. Tell us, what did you think about it in the comments below? Thank you for joining us. It's only going to be a two-parter this week. But we'll see you next week with some more exciting news. Hopefully some news on Nintendo suing America.
Oh my God.
Nice, yeah.
I'm going to keep on that. Shall we check out the Nintendo Galaxy Direct when it drops?
Yeah, yes, because that's dropping in a few days. Next week we'll look at